Hello, you're watching Vnews Bulletin broadcast from Hanoi. I'm Hunyum. Now take a look at the top stories as usual.
Vietnam to push ahead with my action, says Prime Minister. Deputy Prime Minister urges for guidance on COVID-19 testing at school. Samsung adds $920 million to project in Thái Nguyên province.
President Nguyễn Xuân Phúc had a working session with the Standing Board of the Party Committee of Quảng Ngãi Province on February 17.
Speaking at the meeting, President Phúc highly valued Quảng Ngãi performance in 2021, factoring in that its economic growth is the highest in the central region in the face of the pandemic. Among others, the province recorded a strong increase in budget revenue with over $1 billion, 51% higher than the yearly plan. Its industrial production index picked up 14.5% year-on-year. Phúc asked the province to further improve business climate and take advantage of its location, its long coastline, to accelerate growth, pointing to the need of greater heed to enhancing quality of human resources and sustainably developing Dung Quất economic zone. The province has also urged to improve the effectiveness of agricultural technologies to enable firms to climb up national value chains and remove barriers to the development of tourism and services. The state leader took the occasion to present 150 charitable houses for local ethnic minority people from different backgrounds.
Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính on February 17 attended a conference to review the National Mine Action program in 2010-2020 period and carry out mission orientation for the 2021-2025 period.
Prior to the program, as many as 6.1 million hectares of land in Vietnam was contaminated with wartime unexploded ordnance, equivalent to nearly 19% of the country's total. Since 1975, the deadly legacy of wars has killed more than 40,000 Vietnamese people and injured 60,000 others. According to the National Steering Committee for Settling Post-War UXO and Toxic Chemicals,
the session of the 15th National Assembly Standing Committee wrapped up in Hanoi on February 17.
According to National Assembly Chairman Vương Đình Huệ, during the session, the Standing Committee looked into the amendment of two draft laws, which are the law on mobile police and another revising and supplementing some articles of the law on intellectual property. The committee agreed with the government's proposal to add the draft law examination and treatment amended to the Law and Ordinance Building Program in 2022 and submitted to the legislature for comments. Regarding the work of supervision, the committee reviewed a report on the initial results of the implementation of policies and laws on the planning work since the law on planning came into force and gave opinions on the selection of ministries, sectors and localities serving the supervision work in the coming time. At the session, it also considered the legislature's report on the People's Aspirations work in January, among others.
Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam on February 17 chaired an online meeting on school reopening in localities.
Addressing the meeting, Deputy Prime Minister Đam highlighted the importance of letting children go back to schools, as well as the continual of the vaccination plan for children between 5 and under 12 years old. Đam requested the Ministry of Health to soon issue guidance on COVID-19 testing at school and for health monitoring of children with illnesses or underlying health conditions. He ordered the Ministry of Education and Training to further organize and complete online and television teaching methods as part of the educational reform program instead of just implementing it during the pandemic. According to the Ministry of Education and Training, from February 7 to date, nearly 94% of the students nationwide have returned to face-to-face classes. All universities have already had plans for the resumption of in-person classes. Meanwhile, Deputy Minister of Health Nguyễn Trường Sơn said the entire nation lodged some 329,000 COVID-19 cases from February the 1st to 15th, of whom 8.6% and 4.8% are aged 5 to 18 and under 5.
The Asean Foreign Ministers meeting retreat took place both in person and via video conference in Phnom Penh, Cambodia on February 17 to discuss issues such as COVID-19, economic recovery and relations with dialogue partners.
The event, chaired by Cambodian Foreign Minister Prak Sokhonn, was held in the forms of both person-to-person and teleconference. Addressing the event, Vietnamese Foreign Minister Bùi Thanh Sơn called for solidarity, unity, dialogue, and cooperation to be enhanced to serve as the basis for a strong and resilient ASEAN community. Sơn asked ASEAN to press on with implementing COVID-19 response initiatives and consider the mutual recognition of vaccine passports in the region. The Vietnamese official also stressed the importance of ensuring peace, security, and safety of navigation and overflight in the waters of the sea, as well as the compliance with international law, including the UN Sea Laws 1982. Regarding the Myanmar issue, Minister Sơn affirmed Vietnam's readiness to join hands with other countries to assist Myanmar to overcome these trying times, voicing support for the continued effective implementation of the 5-point consensus.
We have just received updated news. More in the following report.
A delegation from the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense, headed by Phùng Sĩ Tân, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, and Vietnamese Ambassador to Singapore, Mai Phước Dũng, attended a ribbon-cutting ceremony of the Singapore Airshow 2022. The show features the exhibition of new aviation products and technologies, daily aerobatic flying displays, and the inaugural Sustainable Aviation Forum on February 16 and 17th. Singapore Airshow 2022 is projected to host more than 13,000 trade attendees and nearly 600 companies from more than 39 countries and territories, representing over 70% of the top 20 global aerospace companies.
Bamboo Airways on February 16 inked a memorandum of understanding with SR Technics and an agreement with Boeing Digital Solutions and discussed the purchase of the aerospace company's new aircraft.
The signing ceremony was held within the framework of the ongoing Singapore Airshow 2022. Under the MOU on maintenance support for CFM56 5B engine worth $60 million with SR Technics, both parties will explore areas of cooperation related to CFM56 5B engines, training services, technical services, and component requirements. By signing the MOU, SR Technics and Bamboo Airways will establish a long-term partnership. SR Technics CEO Jean-Marc Lens said the partnership will impact the growth and strengthen Vietnam's competitive position in serving the worldwide aviation MRO industry. Nguyễn Khắc Hải, Deputy General Director of Bamboo Airways, said he believes the agreement on selection of SR Technics engines and other maintenance for Bamboo Airways fleet will help enhance Bamboo's operation capacity, service quality, as well as competitiveness on potential international flight routes in the future. Meanwhile, Bamboo Airways' agreement with Boeing focuses on 4 digital solutions for its entire fleet, which will continue to help the airline drive efficiency and reduce operating costs. The same day, the carrier has discussed with Boeing and expressed its interest in purchasing the latest fuel-efficient wide-body Boeing 777X in an attempt to expand its presence in Europe, Australia, and the US.
Authority of the Northern Province of Thái Nguyên on February 16 handed over a license to Samsung Electromechanics Vietnam Company Limited and the Samsung Corporation of the Republic of Korea to add $920 million to its project in the Yên Binh Industrial Park in Phổ Yên town.
With the addition, Samsung Electromechanics has raised its total investment in the IP to $2.27 billion. Samsung Electromechanics project in the Yên Binh IP was first licensed in 2013. The project began its operation in February 2015, mainly manufacturing and assembling high-density interconnect printed circuit boards and components and spare parts such as camera module, power adapter, touch sensor module, and linear motor. At the end of 2021, it generated jobs for more than 6,500 employees.
We have more news coming next. Let's take a look.
Localities nationwide have completed their recruitment targets for 2022. Many cities and provinces organized ceremonies on February 16 to send off thousands of young men and women who will serve in the military for 2 years. Thousands of young people from all walks of life around the country are excited and proud to join the army and hope to contribute to protecting the fatherland. All are kitted out and ready to serve. Though it is the time of peace, the army still stands at the ready.
I feel honored to become one of the 176 young men from my district to enlist in the army. It is an honor for both myself and my family. Today is my official day of enlistment. I feel honored, proud, and quite emotional. I will try to do everything my superiors tell me to do.
Proud parents watch on as their children join the army. It's time to say goodbye to the family and get ready to serve the country.
I want him to maintain a good attitude and finish his duties.
As many as 153,000 foreign passengers flew from or to Vietnam from the time the country launched a pilot program to resume international flights in January to February 14.
The Civil Aviation Authority of Vietnam said, with the lifting of restrictions on international passenger flights, foreign arrivals to Vietnam are expected to surge in the coming time and gradually recover to that before COVID-19 broke out. On February 15, or the first day of the reopening of regular international flights, Nội Bài Airport in Hanoi saw 80 international flights, including 23 passenger flights. Tân Sơn Nhất Airport in Ho Chi Minh City served 94 international flights on the day. Budget airline Vietjet Air and national flag carrier Vietnam Airlines have announced plans to increase flight frequency and resume international networks. Earlier, the authority has asked the Vietnam Air Traffic Management Corporation to issue a notice to airmen on the lifting of all restrictions on international flights from February 15, returning to the normal situation as before the outbreak of COVID-19.
Miền ký ức on Memoryland, a film by director Bùi Kim Quy, is being screened at the 72nd Berlin International Film Festival, or Berlinale, taking place from February 10 to 20.
Memoryland opens with the death of a mother. Although her heartbeat stops, her consciousness continues worrying about her son and blessing him. Mai Nguyen, one of the Memoryland producers, said the movie highlights the differences between urban and rural life. It reminds those living villages to pursue their dreams, study, work, or a better life in the cities of the customs and traditions of where they were born and grew up. In this year's Berlinale, the 99-minute film is vying in the forum category. There will be 5 screenings of the film at 5 different movie theaters in Berlin from February 14 to 19. After Berlinale, Memoryland will compete at the Fortnight, an annual international festival for non-fiction films in New York at the end of this month. My edit.
That has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thank you for being there with us and see you next time.